Hello and welcome to today's video. Today's video is my winter forecast for this year for the United Kingdom, UK. So let's begin. Well, it's been a very strange year this year. We had a late spring. It's been like a topsy-turvy type of year. It hasn't been like a normal year. Well, uh, you might think what's normal. Well, normal is, like for example, summertime down south is normally quite warm and dry, and up in the north and Scotland it's normally quite wet and damp and cold, like like all year round for the UK. Some of you might thinking who watch my videos from different countries, are probably thinking, "Oh, the UK is always wet, it's always cold and damp." It's true. Um, we do have um, we do have a wet climate and a colder climate because number one, we're an island, and number two, we border um, we border the Atlantic Ocean, um, and yeah, we might be quite north, but because we border the Atlantic Ocean, it's harder for us to get cold. Um, Scandinavia, so Sweden, Norway, Finland, Denmark, all those countries are a little bit more towards the east and more connected to the North Pole. Uh, and Russia, that's where the cold air comes from the east, northeast or east. Um, that's where it normally comes from. That's also true for the Western world. So you could either have something called the beach from the east, where you can get a really big polar air from all the way from Siberia, coming all the way to the UK and Ireland. So it comes down and scoots back up. While of um, the south of Europe, so like Portugal, Spain, Italy, Greece, all around the areas. They're normally quite mild. Eastern Europe's quite mild as well. Ukraine, Belarus, uh, Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania. Oh, well, actually, no, those would still be cold. The mild air would be down at the bottom of Europe. Um, when you get cold air from the north, when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about winter. Um, when you get cold air from the north, west is normally mild in the west, mild in the east. So places like some parts of Russia can be quite mild. Um, uh, Greece gets more wetter in Greece, and Turkey is more wetter and milder because the air is coming from the southerly track. Um, Lithuania, Estonia, Ukraine, Belarus, some parts of Finland. That side is more likely to be mild because the air is coming from the Middle East, coming more from the Middle Eastern way, from a bit warmer climate, more warmer um, based. And when the air is coming from the south in the Western Europe, so for the UK, Spain, Portugal, Ireland, UK, and Iceland, France, and some bits of Germany, etc. Uh, that air is coming from like Morocco or Tunisia or something like that, or Algeria or from northern Africa. So it's a lot more warmer. Uh, Sometimes it comes from the southwest, so from the Atlantic Ocean. It's a southwesterly flow. Um, say if it's a flat westerly flow, again the air's coming from that can be cool for Scotland, but not for England and Wales, and it also means more stormy weather, more more stormy weather, and more I forgot what I was saying. More stormy weather and more uh, that keeps it dry for Spain and Portugal and south. You know that's also delivers cold winter for uh, Scandinavia, but not Denmark. So more flooding, that sort of thing, more flooding. Um, so these are the types of winters Europe can get, and we can also get a northwesterly flow, so cold air coming out from Canada into Greenland and downwards like a diagonally track. Um, Again, Spain and Portugal have probably got high pressure, um, keeping them nice and warm and dry. Um, so yeah, Spain and Portugal are always most likely to to be still dry. But if you get an easterly or a northeasterly wind, if you get a northerly wind, if you get a northerly wind or a northeasterly wind, not a total east. See, east and west means high pressure. Down south, low pressure. You got high pressure at the north, high pressure there, and it's like a one big, it's like one big giant high pressure one way, um, where the winds are coming from the east. Um, when you get a north easterly, the cold air is coming from Scandinavia, and that means places like Spain and Portugal more likely to get cold and wet and snow, especially in Spain. Like because Madrid is a mountainy place. Um, it's very mountainy country, Spain. Apart from the south near the coastline, that's quite flat. But majority of Spain is mountains and hills. Um, like a lot of places in Europe. Yeah. Um, so that's it. That gives you an idea. So if you're from different places like America or Africa or Middle East, you have an idea of of what type of winter the UK and Europe in general could get. So winter for us, because we're in the northern hemisphere, um, is um, December, January, and February. Um, the official winter starts on the shortest day. That's normally around about the 21st, sometimes 22nd of December, and it will then go on to the 21st of March. That's your window for winter, but um, for metro winter it's December, January, and February, and the official winter is what I just said. I forgot what the proper name is for those. I'm sorry about that. Just a bit of background. Where am I getting some information from? I get some information from computer modules, UK Met Office, and uh, you, you can do long range, um, long what do long range forecasting. You can also look at your local Met Office type of scenario. There's one in Canada, there's one in America, there's one all over the world. I'm not too sure about Africa or Middle East or Australia, or whatever. But there probably is. There's southern atmosphere. Southern atmosphere, they'll be going into the summery months and getting hot and sunny. Probably, you know, coming up to the really hot and dry season and droughts. It can be big droughts in some places. Um, so yeah, so let's begin. Oh god, this is now 11 minutes long. So I'm going back to from what I said. So it is a bit topsy turvy year because, like I was saying, in the summer down south is normally dry, mild, quite warm. The UK temperature during summer is normally around about, um, like in Scotland, it's normally about 15 to 25 degrees. So on average, on average in the UK, it's around about near 70 Fahrenheit for people in America. Um, in England and Wales, around like, you know, again, it's around about 18 to 25, 28, nearly sometimes 30. The heat wave for the UK is around about 30 to 35 degrees. Um, or the highest, I think the highest temperature is about around about nearly 39 degrees. Very hot for the UK, very hot. Um, so that gives you a bit more idea for what it's like here in the summer and what to expect. If you do come here for holidays or a vacation, always prepare for everything. Prepare for the weather. Bring a coat, bring an umbrella, bring some uh, hat, gloves. Always have a coat. Always have a coat because it might look sunny, but in a couple of hours, like it could look like summer. Like during summer, it could look really nice. Like if you wake up at 6 a.m., you look out the window and you're thinking, oh wow, it's a nice day. Um, that's not going to last long. Normally, it doesn't last long, but if you get told by the weather man, oh, this is going to happen all week, then always, always do some homework when you come to the UK. For us to going abroad, we don't really need to bother about a coat because we go abroad because it should be better weather. It's normally sunny, normally dry, normally quite hot, and quite a lot of Brits like going abroad because to get some sun, vitamin D, etc., and get away for a bit. Um, so yeah, so let's get it. So again, this year has been a bit topsy-turvy. Yeah. Um, After this video, I think I'm going to do my year review from a spring forecast, from a summer forecast, and autumn forecast. Or I might do it all. Actually, I might do it all next year. Probably sometime in January. Or after, just before I do my spring forecast. Uh, Around about end of February or March time. Um, Before then, I will have some more videos. I'm hoping to get back into YouTube and do a bit more videos, reviews, bit more reviews, a bit of reactions during again. Give more of my opinion on to day-to-day subjects. So yeah, um, so let's get into the forecast. So for December, well, when we're coming into November, it looks like there's going to be a cold snap, like a taste of winter. Nearly every November has a taste of winter. No, I always hate November because it could mislead, and like if it's really mild, November, normally you think that that's it. There's not gonna be it's not gonna be a mild. It's gonna be a mild winter. Not much snow, not much cold. For me personally, I do like. To me, I like my seasons. I really like my seasons. I like spring to be sunny, warmish, not too cold, not too wet. Just nice. I like seeing the new spring flowers and stuff like that. And then summertime, I like it again. I like it to be quite hot and dry. And then autumn, I do like, I do like a bit of stormy weather, a bit wet and windy, and seeing the leaves change. And I like winter to be winter. I like to be cold and snowy. Um, do I like long winters? I don't like winter going into spring. I don't like a lot of stuff. I don't like autumn. I don't like an extended autumn. I don't like an extended winter. And I don't like summer all the time and stuff like that. So, like a lot of people, so I really like seasons. I know a lot of places around the world, it's either really, really hot or just warm. Some places, like in Canada, it can get really, really cold at winter and then it just gets really, really hot. It's quite strange how things happen. That's how the weather happens. So yeah, let's get into the forecast. I've been saying that for a bit, haven't I? So yeah, so we're gonna have a cold snap, and then things will probably mild up a bit for the first half of December. Towards the middle of December, we'll probably go have a couple of more cold snaps, a bit more longer. So instead of like a couple of days, it's probably gonna be like a week or so. Um, what's go- I think the average snowfall for December for the UK is around about 3.5 days. So it'll probably get cold, and we probably will get those 3.5 days. I think it's probably going to be an average snowfall year and an average snowfall. Um, well, oh, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But for December, it's probably going to be an average snowfall year for all of the UK. Um, so we're probably going to get a lot more. We, I think I said in my autumn forecast that we're probably going to get high pressure to the west and more towards Ireland, low pressure to the east, bringing a lot of northerly winds, a lot of north snaps. I think that's going to happen this year for December. Um, and then again, towards Christmas is probably going to be, I don't think it could, it's probably a bit 50-50 on a white Christmas. I'm not one, the, a lot of computer modules have been showing a lot of computer modules have been showing cold mid December. Like majority have agreed that the mid December, like 17th of December time, around that area, in the teens. So from 13th of December to like around about 21st or 22nd November around there. That's where it's probably going to be cold and snowy. And then when we get towards Christmas, it seems to like mild up a bit because the high pressure is moving around. It seems to be trying to get to Scandinavia and building up the Scandinavian high, what will then bring uh, uh, the wind from the east. Um, Scandinavian highs are quite rare, especially I think in the modern in today's world where we expect it to be more stormy scenario now in the warm Earth climate. I'm not gonna go into that. It's up to you what you believe in. I just go off what has been said and stuff. Um, so yeah, I'm sorry for going off topic. Um, so yeah, I think I think the really cold stuff, the cold, snowy, really cold, bitter, not bitter, but proper winter is probably going to be uh, from from just about after the New Year, something around New Year's, from after the first week of the first week of January is probably going to be mild, not not mildly stormy, probably mildly dry, and winds coming from the south. Um, and then something's going to shift. 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 Uh, more like, again, we're probably, it's probably going to be like a C shape. So the high pressure is probably going to go like a mid-ridge type of thing, and it'll probably curve around where it goes all the way to Iceland, to Norway, uh, and that brings this really cold northeasterly wind. Because if you tilt the low pressure to the north, on its northeasterly edge, you bring in a lot of cold air and a lot of snow with that. Mid January is probably going to be out. This January, I think this January, well, this coming January is going to be the coldest January for a bit, for a long time. I think it could be since 2009 or I think 19. My friend Gav, I think he's been saying 1978. Um, where we have this year is quite similar to that, and I think it's quite similar to 2009. 2009 we had a cold ending to November, and this one looks like this year's look is quite similar, and we had a cold winter in 2009. So yeah, I think we're gonna have a cold winter. I think this will be our cold winter of this decade. Each each decade always has like one cold year, a classic winter. And not all of them have white Christmases, so not those who have a white Christmases normally February and March are normally quite mild. So what you want is the winter to get slowly, like you have one cold week in November, and then you have a couple of cold weeks in December. Um, I'm going to start. Oh, I don't. Oh, I thought something happened. Oh dear. No, I thought. Oh, oh. Well, that's Discord notification. I thought something happened. I thought, oh, no. So yeah, so when we have a really cold December or November going into normally February and March is normally quite mild. I don't think that's going to happen. I think January is going to be our coldest. So we're probably going to have like a week of November. Uh, uh, Disco notifications of if you can hear beep, that I think it's in Discord notification. And I tried to turn them off. So we're gonna get 1 week of November going to be cold, a couple of weeks of December being cold. I think we're probably gonna get 3 weeks of cold weather in January. So I see. So it's probably gonna be really cold January. February will still be cold, but beginning of February, so beginning of each month is probably going to be mild. The middle of each month is probably going to be cold. But the coldness in January is probably going to be so February is probably going to be a bit more closer to December, but because February is quite a short month, well, it's got less days. Um, but you understand, and then but there's also a possibility that the coldness could go on into spring. Personally, I don't want that, but I think it could do as well. So, what do I think the temperatures are going to be for each month? I think December is going to be around about average, but on the mild side. Rainfall is probably going to be above as well. Um, Probably not slightly above, but probably good above average. The CT for December is probably going to be slightly above, or probably probably 0.5 to 1.5 degree above average. Um, I think January is going to be is going to be below average. Probably going to have a lot of snow. I think when it goes colder, it normally shows up as more drier. So the rainfall is probably going to be slightly below average because you probably going to have more sunny days. So the sun might be out a bit more because it's quite cold. Um, when it's quite cold, it's normally quite sunny as well. And when you get clear skies, you get really cold frost and ice. Um, so, so the CT is probably gonna be below average. We're probably gonna get a negative CT. It's probably gonna be close. Probably gonna be like similar to 2010, December 2010, where we had a negative CT. I think this January we probably could just about our first negative CT for a very long time. Um, um, February, probably again, I think February's going to be slightly below average on temperature and rainfall. Um, so, and going into March, March again is going to be quite. Uh, March again, I think next year. Well, I think March is going to be the year where we slowly, sometime in spring, we'll probably go back to a normal year. So the no more topsy turvy year. Um, we'll probably have a bit more spring. than 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 this year. Uh, and that's probably going to be about average on all levels. The CT for March is probably going to be probably around about average, probably like 0.5 degree either way, either above or below. That's probably going to be quite hard um, to do. Because we had a topsy-turvy year. March is more a question mark scenario. Um, so yeah, on storms, I don't think there's gonna be storms. I don't think there's gonna be storms. People have been saying like on social media, there's this high pressure from like they calling it high pressure from hell. Um, like a couple of years ago, we had the PV boom, uh, where we had loads of storms. Uh, when we weren't getting any cold weather at all. Um, because the polar vortex was quite PV equals polar vortex, and the polar vortex was very strong. Um, so, um, so going into next year is probably going to be quite normal. It's probably go every month will probably be slightly above average rainfall, slightly above. But because this is like this one could be the cold winter too. So last year was like we had a winter, but it wasn't might not have been the winter. Because like the year before that, it was really mild. And look, when you have a mild winter, you normally have like a slightly cooler winter than the year before. Or you might have another mild winter. So you might have two milds, and then you normally have like a cold. You're going to have a cooler winter, and then you have like a really cold winter, and then you have like an early winter, and then you have a late winter, and then you might have an early winter. You might have no winter, but you might have a really cold spring, like 2013, where winter began like in March, end of February, March, going into April. I remember that one very well with 10-foot drifts. Some places got cut off. So yeah, so that's it for today. I'm going to be doing Junior Eurovision soon, so I look forward to that one. Sorry for the beeping. I forgot what they were. I'm puzzled. Um, it makes it a bit more enjoyable because I didn't know what I'm going to stop the video. I don't really edit because when there's a boom when there's like a blooper or something, it makes the video more interesting. Um, a bit more old school YouTuber, I think. Um, like I would love to like learn how to do editing properly and stuff, but I don't like. I would do, like I have some of my videos I have edit. I have to like edit a song out on one of my reactions, and then I decided to delete a lot of videos and just do the full run through. I put something in that I got a lot. I record on my laptop, so I now got like a filter, so the sound quality when I do in live music, it's automatically done. I think YouTube automatic now does it, so it cuts some of the words out. I think. So yeah. So thank you for watching. I know it's a bit long video. Um. So yeah. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye.